Alright, have you ever been on the clock from 9 o'clock in the morning until 10:30 at night and made absolutely $0? I don't know if you have, but I certainly have, and I figured I would tell you about this experience. Okay? So, first things first, as always, if you're coming to my channel again, thank you for returning. I'm really trying to put some good content out lately. And if it's your first time, then welcome. I have plenty of content, more to come, and an interview is going to be coming in the next couple days or something. So, yeah, I appreciate everyone for coming, and without you guys, I wouldn't want to do this, and I wouldn't be able to do this, okay? So, this took place like close to 10 years ago. Actually, longer than 10 years ago. No, around 10. So, excuse me. So, right when the whole thing happened where I lost my like favorite weed delivery job that I had because of that Prop 64, I believe it was, where we had our medicinal license, but we didn't have the recreational license. So we had to stop working. And it took forever by the time we got it. Like, there were all these stipulations. They wanted me to drive further, pay me less. Didn't make any sense. So I tried it one time, was whack, and I was done with it. So I went on Craigslist and I tried to find another type job like that. And it's funny because out of all the weed jobs I've gotten, like 90% of them have just been straight up like Craigslist. So like when I'd be up in like the clinic that like everybody goes to like for the area that I'm from, and I'd be like weighing them out, just in there behind the counter, dabbing them out. They're like, "How did you get? How'd you get this job, dog? Like how do you like?" They like were like mystified by it, and every time I was just like Craigslist, like, and seriously, like that's how it went. And it's really rare because you already know bud tenders, or maybe you don't know, but uh, in like bud tending and like weed shops, it's very rare that you see a dude. It's normally chicks on some like stripper related things. Like guys think like, oh, dude, she likes me, and they tip them like $20 or something just because they're like kind of nice to them. Like I've seen it a million times over, like so many times. Not the strip club way, but at the clinic. And I can only imagine that it's like that, like at the strip club as well. I've never been to the strip club. So, um, so like after that, like I'm on Craigslist and I see like that there's a delivery job and it's local, and it actually was so local it was literally 2 blocks away from my house. So I was like, oh shit, like this is kind of convenient, you know? And I would say the name of it because I really don't care, but I don't remember. Green something was in the name. It wasn't on Weed Maps. It was kind of like Rogue, if you will. And it was ran by this like middle-aged lady. Like I never really met her. Like she would give me product like through like a gated door kind of, but I don't like I couldn't tell you what she looked like. I just imagined her being this like older white blonde lady, and she was really mean too. Um, so, anyways, I like inquire about the job, and then, kind of say that, I've had experience doing it for a really long time. I know what I'm doing, blah, blah, blah. It was easy. And the guy's like, okay, like, come by my house and, like, I'll, like, test you out and see if you can put some orders together. And it was really relatively simple. Like, honestly, they just gave me, like, a big like tackle box, like suit or like a tackle box for fishing, but like a huge one that opened up, and it would have different stuff. And then I would have a backpack that had like carts and like edibles and like wax, and then I would have like the flour and like the other stuff, and I would have to have these um, these like ice packs that I would have to put in my like freezer at night, and I would have to, because I'd be in my car, and I had to like keep like the edibles and other stuff like cold. So that was always like a part of it. So um, I go over, and like the guy, like literally, it was all done through that WhatsApp thing. So like the lady, she would get the order on WhatsApp, and then I would get the order from her, and then it would be like, an eighth of this, um, two things of sour straws, and a cartridge or whatever, and it would be like, say how much, and all that and whatever. And that was like how like information got to me. So it's kind of like third party ish, if you will. Like I wasn't directly dealing with the customer until they put the order in, and then I had to like, I'll get to it. So I get to this guy's house, and like he just tells me, like he'll just shows me how the order would come in, and it's just like everything's already in a jar with a label on it. Like it was really really easy. Like anybody could have done it. Like everything was like branded and whatever, and like literally you just get a text saying this and this, and you would just have to go through a backpack or like a couple, maybe like another backpack and that little tackle box thing, and you would find it, put it together, put it in a bag, text the number, and say that you're however far away, and try to give them like a ETA, and like that's basically it. So um, I did that a couple times at this guy's house. Like I said, he lived literally 2 blocks away from me. So it was really easy. And I think that motivated him probably, and me. Like, I got the job. And, like, the only cool part about it, so the deal with it was, though, is I didn't get paid hourly. No, no, no. I got paid per delivery. So that I had never done that before, and I had worked for a couple different delivery services at that point. Like by that point, like even years before that, I was getting $15, $16 an hour plus tips, and it was just $10 a delivery. So you can kind of see, like, if you want to see both sides to the coin, like there could be a day where I get 20 deliveries. Okay, so that's a $200 day for sitting in my car and kind of driving around and just like serving weed basically. So that's like obviously not the hardest job in the world, but on the flip side, if the same exact thing can happen where nobody orders a single thing, and that's just a day that I've spent where like I can't go do anything. I can't, because always in the back of my mind someone could place an order. Someone could order something, like, and it would happen like that too, like very often. So like I just like I decided to work for that place, like because at first the work was like pretty steady. Like it was pretty steady to the point where, I'm like working, and I literally would be the only cool part about it was I could like because we serviced the South Bay and everything, I could like chill at home until, or if I like got an order and I did it and then I came back, and like I could literally just like kind of be at home and until I got the next order, you know. So that was probably like definitely one of the pros of it, but just the way that it went, of there were so many times that like I spent money that was like customer money, like that was for the business, that I just like was like, all right, well, like 2 or 3 people have to order by the time my shift is done, so I'm gonna spend this money now, and then by the time the like more sales will come, and I'm just like spotting myself, and like somehow I never screwed myself over like that, which like sounds like almost unbelievable, because like it's really stupid to do shit like that, like for sure. Like I could have definitely fucked myself over like easily like that. So like these people, like I was saying, the lady was mean, man. Like she lived, once again, she lived very close to me as well. Like her, the dude that used to work there, and this other person, I don't know what their connection was. We all lived within like a 6 block radius. It was pretty crazy. Like that's why it was pretty convenient. But like I would be walking up to her house to, like, let's say someone ordered something, and she would text me and say like, "You got to come by the house to pick it up. I have it here, but you don't have it like on you." And I'd be like, "Okay." And I would just be walking up, minding my own business, and then like I would get to the door, and like she would always have something to say. Like she would be like, "Do you always walk like that? Pick up your feet when you're walking." Like, and it's just like, I'm not saying I wasn't doing that, but like it was just like you could have not like been like so like Wicked Witch of the West like that with it. Like she was just so like anal, like literally, like that's the word I would use, like not even trying to be funny. Like she was just like and even over text she was like that too. Like, or when I would say like, "Oh, this isn't in this is being asked for delivery, but we don't have it," and she'd be like, "Are you sure? Are you sure it's not like?" She was always doubting me, like, "Did you look in there? Did you?" It's like, yes, I looked everywhere for it. I wouldn't call you and say it wasn't there if I didn't already look for it. You know what I mean? So I kind of like it started to get to be, at first it was kind of like fluid, if you will, and I was just like, all right, cool, whatever. I'm making like maybe like 80, 90. Sometimes I would get to keep tips, so that's always cool when you get to keep tips, because some people are really like cool and understand like when you're a delivery driver and like how important tips are. um, so that was cool. I mean, my other job let me keep the tips too. That was paying me fucking $16 an hour, whether I got a delivery or not. You know what I'm saying? So, like, it was a major difference, but it was what it was. So, like, there just started to become more and more days, like, of, like, tension was building. Like, I could just feel, like, how, like, every time I felt like I was working on eggshells, which is, like, insane. And it's just like no matter anything I had to say, it was just wrong, or like the wrong thing to say, or I should have kept my mouth shut. And it was just like, damn, dude, like, and I even said something to the guy who like hired me, and I was like, dude, is she always like this or what? Like, and he was like, yeah, she's kind of like, he kind of backed me up on it, and at first, so I know I wasn't crazy, but still, like, it was just kind of like a known thing that she's not the nicest person around. And I don't know, I wasn't asking her to be, but like basic respect, like that's all. I don't think that's too much to ask for. So, like, there was plenty of times where I had to pick up product and she would say some bullshit like that, or like an order would get like served wrong, and like she would like mess it up, and then she would fix the text, and then she would say that I messed it up. Like, seriously, like what kind of sociopathic shit is that? Like, I'm not even joking. So, finally, like after, I don't know, a couple months, like, and like there were definitely times that like I was like doing shit like in between orders, or like I would think like, all right, well, like I haven't got an order in an hour, so I'm gonna go do this. Like after a while I started kind of getting the hang of it, and like there were so many times that I did that, and then somebody would order when I was like 30 or 45 minutes away, and I was like, oh shit. Like it's literally like so fitting to my life. Like the 1 minute I choose to step away is like the minute that an order comes in. So, like, honestly, it just got to be a lot with like the tension and just like how everything was. And like my dad kept stealing my edibles, which like that's fine because like that was cool. But you know what I mean? Like they were, everything was just like I just got tired of like working there, and like especially like the days dried up, man. Like there were so many days that were like 10, maybe 20, $30 days, working from 9 a.m. to like 10 or 10:30 p.m. Like that's like insane. You know what I mean? When you really like break that down. And it just wasn't worth it, man. Like I love weed. I've like worked in like so many weed jobs, like, and even not like legal weed jobs. Like, I know what to do. I'm good at it. But that was just something that like I just remember like thinking to myself, I will never work a job that is done by paying by delivery ever again, unless it's a job that I know like gets a lot of deliveries and it's like a fair like compensation or whatever. But for the most part, like it's just like hourly is so much more important, where it's just like whether you do two orders or 20, you get paid the same. Like I'm totally fine with that, instead of the like highs and then nothing. I would be way cooler with like a happy medium. So I like finally, like it was just getting to me to the point where like I can remember talking in therapy about it, and I was like, I fucking hate this shit. Like I'm not doing this anymore. And I worked a shift, and I sent in a text and I said, hey, I just like wanted to let you know that I'm thinking about looking for other options, so I'm probably going to give my 2 weeks notice. So I just wanted to, give you a heads up. And I swear to God, the lady writes back. She writes back in like less than 5 minutes, and she goes, "That's fine. We don't need a 2 week notice. You're good. Just drop the stuff off back with whatever his name is. I forgot what his name is. Just drop the stuff off back with him and make sure that you don't forget anything." And I was just like, all right, cool, shit. Like I didn't want to work there for 2 more weeks anyway, so I was just trying to be like cordial about it. But just the way, like, that kind of can sum up the way that things were, where it's just like, damn, like, all right, fine, like, shit. Like, I didn't realize that. It's just, that's the level of shit that I was dealing with. So, anyways, that's like definitely, just like I have a video of the best weed job that I've had, like, for the time it took place, this is by far the worst one. Like, this shit sucked. Like, honestly. Like, you would think that it would be the best. Oh, you're on weed all the time. Oh, la, la, la. But like it sucked, man. It sucked. Getting paid per delivery sucks unless you're working somewhere where you're guaranteed to get like 20 deliveries that you're getting paid $10 a delivery. Then or something fair. But that shit was some straight bullshit. So I guess I just wanted to kind of, expose, I guess, if you will, like that side of things. I have a million stories like this, but I just figure this could be like the first of many. Who knows? So, anyways, I think I'm signing off for at least right now. But yeah, please subscribe. If you comment, I'll comment back. I'm always down, to conversate, and whether it be, tell me what I'm doing right, tell me what I'm doing wrong, whatever. Like, so, anyways, fucking Irish pride, and yeah, have a good one.